Either your targets are moving or the aligner thinks they are moving. That's what you're going to have anytime you see the numbers bouncing around like you see on this image, this picture that you guys gave so many good answers to yesterday about things that may be causing that and things your shop maybe does to try to resolve it. But I want you to think a little bit deeper about what we're actually seeing here. We can see camber, caster, and individual toe numbers. So that already means that we're dealing with the front axle, and we know that. Notice that the camber and the caster numbers are not changing at all. Now, admittedly, they're measured in tenths of a degree instead of hundredths of a degree, the way that the toe numbers are, but the toe numbers are moving by 2 or 3 tenths of a degree as well. So what that would indicate to us is that the aligner can see the front targets beautifully. No problem there, not bouncing around, nothing like that going on. When you think about your toe numbers up on the front, what are they referenced off of? What are your front toe numbers compared to as far as what their angle actually is? And the answer to that is the thrust angle, which is created off of your rear axle. So if my front numbers are jumping around, it's entirely possible that there's a problem at the rear creating that. Now, some of you talked about cleaning the targets, and I love that. I don't necessarily love cleaning the targets on the car, because if you're cleaning them after it has been compensated, then you're possibly moving those targets around and you might be giving yourself more bogus numbers. And obviously the objective is always to have good, solid, repeatable numbers over and over on the alignment machine. So keeping those targets clean is going to be a big deal. But yes, what we have here could also be created by wind. What if some wind was blowing around the boom on your aligner? Like the camera's up on top or on that big black beam up there. We call that the camera boom. And if it's moving around because of wind passing through your shop, then it definitely could cause the numbers to be bouncing around like that. But you'd be more than likely to see front and rear numbers all moving together if that were the case, right? Now, an engine running, which is another great thing that creates a little bit of chaos, oftentimes will also make numbers come and go, kind of like gray out and then come back or whatever, where either way, all of these things are causing the cameras to not be able to really focus in good on what's going on. What I think is probably going on here is maybe a rear target that's a little bit dirty, but depending on the generation of the targets as well, a cracked target can also make this kind of strange thing happen. The earlier generations of the targets where you had those hexagonal panels, paddles, almost you might say, sticking out there a little bit. When one of those is cracked, they can kind of flex and change with temperature changes in the room and things like that. So there's a lot of things that can do it, but first and foremost, I would always tell people, if you've got this going on, let's clean up those targets really good. People mentioned spider webs up in the camera housings. That can certainly cause that kind of a thing too, just because, again, it can't quite focus on the targets. But here, when it is focusing clearly on those front targets, it's kind of neat to know that you're probably able to isolate it to something going on in the back. Clean those targets up, probably at least once a week if you're not doing it regularly. Use some Armor All glass wipes or some other type of window tint-friendly glass cleaner that's not going to mess up those targets. And don't spray the liquid right on the targets. You want to have one of those pre-moistened wipes as your best bet, or spray some on a paper towel that's soft or something like that. Do not ever use your pink shop rags to clean those up. Let me know what else I can do for you guys. Have a great day.